Good morning or afternoon or evening, everyone. It's GleeCon, and I am stoked that you clicked on this video. So thank you so much. This is a show called Lore of Warcraft, where for a long time running, I've been trying to cover everything in the World of Warcraft universe, whether that is lore, and we read it together or watch it together or talk about it together, or whether that is all of the games. We've worked our way, starting with Orcs and Humans, all the way up to Classic Era, where we're getting pretty far along. I'd say we're pretty close to 3/4 of the way through the game. We are wrapping up today Searing Gorge. We already did it all with Alliance, and we're going to take Gleek Soul, our Tauren Shaman, and wrap the zone up in completely today. So stay a while and listen. We're in the Swamp of Sorrows because there is one quest that has you do a little globe trotting, very common in the Classic Era days. Actually, they still kept that trend pretty common in Burning Crusade as well. What is this quest? It's the Temple of Akar. We're not going to go there. Those are for Blasted Lands. So there's two things we have to do here. We're really close. I do not foresee any issues in finishing the zone today. But we have to get Good Steel's Balanced Flamberge. That is one of the three things we have to get to do Ledger from Tanaris, which is actually almost the lowest level quest in Searing Gorge. One piece was to get 20 crystal leg spider legs, or crystal spider leg shafts, and that happens right in the gorge. We did that. The second piece we're getting is over here in Swamp of Sorrows. That is to pick up this Good Steel Balanced Flamberge that is held by a named Murloc over on the coast. I think this is just a lot of the times they did these things because it wasn't as obvious which zone you wanted to go to, so they did a lot of breadcrumbs. So I think they honestly looked for, like, hey, if this person hasn't been in this zone by now, this might be a good time to help them figure out where the Swamp of Sorrows is, and yada yada yada. It's getting close to wanting to do Sunken Temple. Some of those quests will open up. We're going to fish because we haven't fished since we hit 55, so we should be at 275 fishing. We're only at 270, so we have a little fishing to do. We do have to visit a capital, which we will be doing. We will port after this because the third and final thing is the overdue package, which is found in Brackenwall Village. We're going to go there and check that out. I think, yeah, if you look at thick leather, we're at 59. We need 4 points. And if I look at just this is just for leather working, just these boots, we need 64. 4 times 16 is 64. So we need 64, so about 5 leather off. I could potentially build some more thick leather if you look at what we have. Actually, I can. If I take heavy leather, I can turn it into thick leather. We also have enough to do thick hide as well. I'll do that elsewhere. So I actually have enough thick leather to get myself to the next tier of leatherworking, which is 255, and that's actually, there's the guy right there. That is... 255 is actually the next level of thing I can build from a couple places. Feralis, well, we're going to go to Feralis as the next zone, so I'm not worried about that. But from that dude over in the Badlands. Alright, so this guy has this little flamberge. Boom, we have it. And now we're going to go fishing. I want to fish in a spot where I can hopefully be unmolested by Murlocs. See how that goes. Just need 50 points. We don't have to carry around the lures like we have to do in Alliance because there's this plus 25 fishing. The closest thing you can get if you're ally is a plus 20 fishing, which you can get from the crab traps in Desolus. Horde don't typically bother with it because you can get this Nat Pagel Extreme Angler from a quest in, I want to say, maybe Hinterlands. So don't have to worry as much about that one, but it is going to be a nice thing. The best part about Possibly the best part about hitting level 60 for us might be the fact that we're not going to have to fish anymore. Unless it's for a quest, which that is what it is. There are just certain things I'm not looking forward to when it comes to endgame questing, but we'll get there when we get there. And we might switch over and do, once we get to the very, very end and it's all grindy, we might take some tunes into Burning Crusade and move forward with that while we leave, while we periodically visit some grind on these guys once a week or whatever, something like that. Because there may be some raiding that's time gated, and maybe some grinding for reputation, stuff like that we just can't. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a quest tied to the Bloodsail Buccaneers becoming a Bloodsail Admiral. There were no titles, but I think you can buy certain clothes or something like that. But you have to, I think, kill a crap ton of guards. So I would look for guides or something. I don't know that I would do that on both accounts. It's going to be very much of a grind. I think we might take one character, decide between the Paladin and the Shaman here which one we're liking more. As we get to the last, we'll save some neutral quests and we'll just grind out killing Booty Bay guards or whatever it is that we're going to have to do. Again, not looking forward to it. Yeah, after this, like I said, we'll port over to Orgrimmar, and from there fly down to Brackenwell Village, walk over and get the last part, which is the overdue package. That's at a crash site. There you go. We got 1.4 to go. The crash site over here in Dustwallow Marsh. Pretty easy for us. It's just going to be a quick walk over and walk back, and then we'll fly down to Gadgetson where we turn in that last quest. Ultimately, then, we're going to need to go back over here to the Eastern Kingdoms. So, we can do that one of two ways if we decide to. Yeah, we could go to Gromgall. That's probably the best. Take a Zeppelin from Orgrimmar to Gromgall will be the fastest, and then flying from Gromgall back up there. I think that's probably the best about what we can do, because then that will allow us to go to Orgrimmar, and we're going to need to look at what's our reputation going to require? How many turn-ins? Luckily, we have a decent amount of gold, over 100 on this character. So let's start doing some of the napkin math right now. So we do not get a reputation bonus. When we did this on our human, at least we got a 10% bonus. We're not getting that. So we're at a flat 625. I'm going to assume this ledger from Tanaris does not give us any points. So we will know before we do this in case we need to cut any off, but my guess is nothing. So 625 means we need 2,375. So 2,375. Now, as a frame of reference, we needed, I think, 1,785 when we did this on Alliance, so there are extra quests that helped us out. So it's a much longer grind on Horde, unfortunately. It's 25 per turn-in. So first we're going to now divide by 25 and find out how many turn-ins do we need. Clear some of these things. Okay, so 2375 divided by 25 is 95 turn-ins. So we need, as opposed to the 65 that we needed on Alliance. So right off the bat, we're really behind the 8 ball. We're 30 less. So we're going to have to kill it's every 2. That's probably we're probably going to have to kill, let's see, 30 more turn-ins is maybe a little bit less than 30. We're going to have to kill around 25 or so more Incendisaurs than we did before. So 95 turn-ins times 2 is 190. So we need 190 Incendisaur scales. So we need... There we go, we got our second point of fishing. So this is our scales. We need 190. Right now in the bag we have, oh, we do have 57. So that's good. That's part of it also. We had turned in a bunch before we ever got there. We have 50. So we have enough leather to maybe do 3 turn-ins, but the leather is the worst way. It's 3 points. Leather is just 3. Sorry, 10. You need 10 pieces of heavy leather to get a point, whereas for iron or Kingsblood, it's only 4. So 95 total turn-ins. Holy cow. 95 total turn-ins is a lot. So we have leather, we have iron, we have leather, which that's unlike our other one where we can go around farming iron. We could potentially go around farming leather. I hate that idea though. We have leather, we have iron, and then most likely Kingsblood is going to be where we can get our money. Most likely. So leather, iron, Kingsblood. Now 95 turn-ins. If we buy all the coal, if we buy 95 pieces of coal, that's actually going to hurt us. That's 95 times 5 silver. So that's basically 5 gold. If we do 95 times 4.5. Oh man, I accidentally hit my wheel. If we do 95 times 4.5, that's we'll save ourselves about 50 silver. I guess that makes sense, just under. So half a gold. It's not going to be worth the inventory space that it takes for us to turn it in. So I'm going to go ahead, and we have 1 piece of coal, I think, somewhere already. Maybe. No, we already used that to turn in once. Oh, I'm really low on onks. Gotta buy those when we're in Stormwind. Alright, so if I go with Kingsblood and Iron, the Kingsblood Iron, 95 turn-ins. There we go, we got our third. We need 2 more points. 95 times 4. We're going to need a total of 380. Kingsblood or Iron, we need 380. Yikes. So every 5 stacks is 100. So we basically need 19 stacks of... So we need to open 19 inventory slots. That's a big problem for us. Really, we need more like 20. So let's see what we got here. We can cook these, and that will open up 1 slot. We already have 4 open. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom, that's 9 open. 10. 11. 11. 12, 13, that'll open up 14. I can put these 15, 16, 17, cure some of those hides, I guess. Get those in the bank and do up a little bit more. I could also make some of this thick leather while we're there in town, just to clear some of the thick leather out. That'll get me a couple spots. Okay, so that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to, the deep rock salt will go when I make the hides. So we're going to get, maybe I'll put the carrot on a stick in my bank. Take that out. I don't need to keep that. I could potentially put the black molt in the bank, but I don't really want to. But I can put the hammer of Zul'Farrak. Alright, so when we get to Orgrimmar, we'll have some cleaning out to do for sure. See, do I have any of those? Bang, bang, bang. Those are all reinforced. Can't do anything about that. Okay. Alright, so we should be able to get there on inventory. We really need to clear more than the 19 slots because We'll need space for coal. We'll need space for the Incendisaur scales, although I do think we can get all 190 Incendisaur scales in one stack, probably, maybe. Might take a second stack, I don't know. Alright, we're now working on our last point, then we can hearth out of here. We just hit 274. This place isn't really great for fishing, I guess. Oh, I can cook spotted yellowtail up, but I'm already maxed, so what does it matter? That's one. Probably we need around 9, so. But we're not, remember, we're not doing all of this yet. Because we have the Tanaris piece of it. We have to go down to Brackenwall, go to Tanaris. We can sell some of the things. But, and I guess I could clear out my inventory a little bit. And yeah, we can make these heavy mage weave. That'll help us too. Open up a couple spots. We can do that. Because we're still trying to work our way up to 300 on the first aid. That's nice. So that's all what we have to do today. So this part right now is starting a little slow. We are going to hearth, quickly fly, pick up that last piece, fly to Gadgetson, and then we're going to astral recall back to Orgrimmar, where we'll do some shopping. And then we will take the Zep and fly. So all of this is a little bit slow. Then we'll do some grinding of the Incendisaurs over and over, followed by multi-turn-ins. Oh, I also have to check to make sure we have our black, what's it called? Dark Iron Residue. We need that too. We have to buy it if we don't already have some saved up. We also have to buy these Ankhs while we're in town. That can go. I can go up there because I can save that. Scraps, I guess I'm saving. Okay, we've done 6, so we only have 2 to 3 more fish to do. And then we are down to just needing to do this 5 more times. Pretty good. Not this episode today. This is not gonna. We're not gonna level up today. Tomorrow I should start Feralis. I did not. My plan on the. I just finished Feralis yesterday, and now I'm on the setup. But on the setup for playing, I didn't have. There we go. Got it. Okay. I was maybe gonna run Maraudon, but it didn't happen because I ended up grinding out all the cloth I was behind. Like I needed a bunch of wool and silk, so I ended up doing a lot of wool and silk farming. And with my mage, because he had spent so much on his tailoring. And I'll probably go turn that stuff in today, and then keep.
My brothers and I fought at the battle.
See, like those are two things.
Any who seek to steal from the bank must face us first.
All right. We can put thick spider silk. That took up a slot, unfortunately. Well, oh, there's my dark iron residue, so I do need that. Okay. I really super duper care about some of this stuff. That's a pet, so I'm gonna keep that. Alright, I don't need the preserved holly. That can go away. I guess I can keep that. What else? I'll put the luffa in there. These are all leatherworking materials that I should more or less keep. Can I add that in there? Yes, I can. That's good. Do I have an elemental fire spot? No. I guess this deviate hide. You know what? I'm gonna pay the 10 gold. 25 gold? It's gonna buy me all this bank. I'll do it. Okay, so that just gives me so much spots in my inventory. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and do it. Now I can add that in. I can add the carrot on a stick in. I can add the mallet of Zul'Farrak in. Go ahead and see what else do we have. Let me go. I'll go mess with the other stuff in a minute. So that did cost me a pretty chunk of money, but it will help me in the long run. It will be nice to have that inventory space. So I mean, I got a bunch of leatherworking stuff I'm trying to save. Building my bandages real quick. Okay, got that one. Got a point. Nice. Alright, let's sell off some of this stuff. That'll get us a little bit more.
Well met.
Okay, boom, 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 boom. I don't need the silk either. I'll just sell that. I don't need 2 pieces of silk. That can go. A lot of this stuff I can sort of kind of do on the next, when I come back a second time, when it'll be a little bit more thorough. For now, I'm just going to get in there and fly. Unshockable. Foreign names. Foreign names are the best. Alright, so all we were doing from here was to get ourselves back to Kalimdor. Now we've got to go to Duskwallow Marsh. Woof. So that did cost me. I had this nice surplus of gold, and now things will be a little more tight.
You haven't lived until you've looked down on the world from the back of a wind rider.
We were able to get there with pretty cheap pricing on my other, on the Alliance account. We got there pretty well. Oh yeah, I forgot. So when we go in there, when we get back in here, we can also additionally, we do not have 4 thick leather, but I could open up at least 3. I can do 3 sets. Wait, that's the thick armor kit? Yeah, that's the wrong thing. So I won't. We need this. And we'll get a little bit of gold, most likely we'll make, but we might drop some. That's pretty nice boots. 12 agility with effective stealth level up. I don't know what else. Like I said, yeah, I guess Camp Mojache will get some in Veralis. Alright, so we're flying to Brackenwall. And then we have this nice astral recall, which is pretty nice. It has a 15-minute cooldown, but it won't hold us up. So this is not that far of a flight to get from Durotar there, and then like I said, we'll run there and run back, and we'll have one more medium flight, not that long, to Gadgetzin before we hearth back, and then it'll be real shopping. So this is the slow part, and we're still pretty early in the episode, and then we'll have a little bit of a grind. But this is the only thing that could slow us down and make us not finish today, is if there are not Kingsblood or iron for sale, in which case that send us out on a grind for leather. Let's just look and see on the off chance, what is the heavy leather farm? Heavy leather. Wow. Okay, so classic no glow, retail glow and sparkles. I see. So the sweet spot, the highest possibility. So we want mob level ranges from light leather and light hides, but we would want heavy, medium and medium hide. Heavy. Sweet spot is 31 to 40. So Stranglethorn Veil. What was it? 31 to 40. So these cats, the cats around here, the raptors, Yeah, all of these little areas, these are all, this is heavy leather spectacular. So, if we have to farm, that's not a bad idea. Arathi Highlands is another one. Desolus is okay. HSBs, which hyenas, scorpions, and basilisks. Got it. I don't like it because it mixes retail. There we go. Let's look at this. Uldaman. Why? 30 mobs. If you want to solo the dungeon. I don't like that. Feralis. The Yetis. Those Yetis we were killing in Feralis. Which is next? They like Yetis because they drop cloth. Or Dustwallow Marsh. Right here. Is this classic? No. That's not classic. There we go. Okay, so Dustwallow Marsh, they're still saying you get more thick leather than heavy leather. And thick is actually very useful for us too. So I guess we're coming back here if we have to. Farm. And we can go down here and just farm and skin to our brain's content. Because what did I say? We need 300 and... Yeah, we need a total of 380 items. There's also no mailbox in that Thorium Brotherhood, Thorium Point. So you pretty much have to carry all of it with you if you want to turn in. So that's a pain. We'll get to know, because it can be sitting in our bank. We'll get to know what we need before we come through. But it could... That's the other thing, though. Every 2 points takes a bag stack. So I would really prefer not to have to do this. I really hope we can get the 380 that we need. Which is a 380 buying at 20 stacks. Yeah, like I said, is 19. So we need to hope we can get 19 20 stacks of this stuff. Each one is 5 points because it takes a 4 turn in. Alright, but right now we are just walking to the overdue package, picking it up, and then we're going to march back and fly down to Gadgetson. Hopefully we... I don't think we're going to get any rep for Thorium Brotherhood, but I'm doing this first on the off chance that we will. But we looked it up on Wowhead, and it did not say that there was any Thorium Brotherhood rep. I'm pretty sure it said it was like Gadgetson, Cartel, that style. Alrighty. So this is the crashed wreck, the Zeppelin that we're going to, and one of these boxes, there you go. Just left his cargo, he said. We're going to get on this on-fire cargo for this overdue package. Great. Now we have everything needed. That quest is complete. Now we just have to go turn it in to Gadget Zan. What did they say? So Stranglethorn, Feralis Alternative, because I guess the Hippogriffs. Alterac Mountains. No, I'm good. Alright, so this is what they'd like to do. According to this person, but now this person has become an internet expert. Yeah, so I was talking before about the doing Maraudon. Most of the quests, it looks like there's not a lot of quest roundup. There's 6 or 7 quests for Maraudon. I don't know how likely it's going to be for me to get a full quest run, but there may be some quests I can do off camera. Or, I mean, not off camera, but out of the instance, kind of like you do on some of the others. So there's a quest to get like some kind of shards, and I guess supposedly a certain mob in the instance drops those shards, so I could possibly fight my way there. And the second one is this other drop from mobs. And that one, I for sure it says that you can get there. This Twisted Evils. So that's another one. Because I guess there's some prophet that every time you kill him, he instantly respawns, and he has a really high drop rate for that. So you can just easily, I guess, farm that guy. So that means I'm not worried about those two, and I, again, may be able to either get them beforehand or get them during the dungeon. Little or no help. I'm a little bit over leveled for the dungeon because it's a high 40s dungeon, and my people are 56, 57, somewhere around there. All right, we're gonna get on this flight path. Come on. Oh, I cannot see.
Where would you like to fly to?
Gadgets and baby. And then I haven't really looked up the much. Vile Tongue Corruption. Let's see what that one looks like. That starts and ends up there, or whatever. If you're a horde, it's probably over there. You need to go to the orange crystal pool, and you need to go to the... use it on the vines to kill him, then once you kill them, I guess you heal it that way. Okay. What do people say about this? The pool is outside the instance. Cool. There's small flower-like plants. Your entire group will get one plant healed. Got it. Okay. Feign death. Alright, so they're just basically doing this. So I guess if I had to, it sounds like you could gimmick your way into this quest alone if you really had to, but I think we shouldn't have to do that. Either way, not too bad. Then there's the Pariah's Instructions. So this quest is found also within. First, you have to kill an elite centaur. You'll drop the Amulet of Spirits. Then you have to find the 5 cons. Okay. Players begin by finding and speaking with Centaur Pariah, who patrols Southern Desolace. To complete the quest, they must first kill the Nameless Prophet. That's the guy outside, to loot this Amulet of Spirits. Then kill the 5 Centaur Cons that reside deeper within the caverns. Players most likely need a group, as the mobs are elite. 2 of the Cons are within the purple and orange wings. And you get the Mark of the Slot. Mark of the Chosen. It's a trinket. Ooh. It is best in slot for Feral Druid. Love it. Protection Paladin and Warrior Tanks. It's a nice tank one. When you are struck, 2% chance to increase stats. So basically, people that are getting struck a lot. For Feral Druid, tanks, and DPS. So it's nice for DPS, too. Cool. Alright, so it seems a little bit tricky, but oh well. We'll be able to be okay. Legends of Maraudon. This starts within the cave. That you need to have 2 parts of the scepter. And then I guess that will give you the Scepter of Calibris within the dungeon. So we need to sort of... Oh, and then that will allow you to teleport to Earthsong Falls. Okay, we're going to really have to research that more. The Seed of Life. don't know. That starts somewhere. It says start in someone's spirit. So anyway, that's research that I have to do. Now you're kind of getting a look under the kimono about how I research. I would actually read those a little deeper and plan a run. Okay. That's why I do it off camera
Welcome to Tanaris,
first.
adventurer. How can I be of service to you today?
Yes,
You don't
yes.
look like a blacksmith to me, but I know how looks can...
What can I do for you, Torin? I'm awfully busy and have many patrons requesting my services. Perhaps you can speed things up. I don't mean to be rude, but I just don't have the time if I'm to catch up on all of my work.
Oh, you've seen fit to do some of the work I requested. Excellent. And here I thought you were going to ask me to craft you something. These are all perfect. And everything's here. Thank you, adventurer. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to reward you some... What would you find useful?
Alright, so this is really like borderline. The 12 strength for 12 agility is an even swap. Do I value the reprisal as much as I value? So basically, it has a 1% chance of basically doing 100 damage. That is... So 1% of 100 damage is 1 damage. But it's not even 1 DPS. So 1 DPS I'd value at about 10 points. It loses a point on armor. So that means you could, at best, if this happened once per second, value it at 9 points. But that's just... I don't want it. I'm using it on my paladin. We did use it on that area, but I'm not going to use it this time.
Welcome to Tanaris.
It's okay,
adventurer.
but it's not like
How
anything.
can I be of service to you today?
Doesn't do
You
anything
don't look like a
magical for me.
blacksmith to me, but I know how looks can be deceiving.
Let's go out of here. There's a fire pit over here, and we'll cook on that fire pit real quick. These spiders. Spider sausage. And then we'll hearth back. So we got gadgets and rep, and only 30 of it. We did not get a lot of anything else. So. Okay, we are done. Basically, we're not fully done traveling because we still have to get back to Searing Gorge. But we can now use Astral Recall to work our way back to some of this stuff. Okay, so now the real big ticket item is at the auction house. How much Kingsblood can we buy? We need 19 20 stacks. Aye. See what we got. So, Kingsblood. Alright, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 20 stacks. That makes me very sad. To buy all 5 20 stacks is going to cost me basically 20 gold. What about iron bar? There's 1 5 stack. Are you freaking kidding me? Dang. And they're 4 gold each. That's just rough. So if I paid for 19 at 4 gold each, I'd be broke. Anyway, I wouldn't have enough gold. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see if I can get anyone that wants to sell. And the iron bar is worse. gonna do? Yikes. I guess the only other option would be to do a Kingsblood farm on my own. And I could send it like see, I'm torn. Let's see. I'm going to put that out in the chat. And just see what they want. Yeah, because that's only 100 of the 380 I need. And that would take a quarter of my gold. So that's just very expensive. Let's look at... Let's just see what we have here for Kingsblood farming. Oh my gosh. So we had some bad luck here. I haven't had this be an issue. Ugh. Okay, let's see what we have. We need Classic Era, Herbalism. We need Kingsblood. It can be purchased in Duskwood. Alright, so I just don't know. I'm not gonna... Hopefully no one ran to the auction house to purchase that. Yeah, I guess I'll buy these. I guess I'll spend the 20 gold. That'll be something. That'll be a start. And then this is, I guess, just where it's going to go for today. That gives me a starting piece. Let's see what else we have. That is a woofer right there. So now we are down to needing 280. There was no iron bars for sale. And I'm not buying all that heavy leather. That's ridiculous. I'll get my own heavy leather. So we could farm Kingsblood. Let's go into this leather working and work on this for a minute at least. So if we farm Kingsblood...
Speak, friend.
Alright, let's see what we got here. We need... I'm not going to do... Okay, I need not that. We're going to build these. Nightscape boots. Okay, we're going to build 3 of them, so we need 6. Okay. Make all 3 of these bad boys. I'll put that out there. This stinks. Now I have had it to where it runs out. Gold is going to be an issue. Yeah. So if we're looking at this, Duskwood has a. Oh, we don't want vendor locations. We need farming. Gathered from. Let's see what we got. So Oliver Stranglethorn Vale is the top one. Wetlands, I guess, has a bunch. Hillsbrad has a bunch. So Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so Hillsbrad. Hillsbrad is going to be giving us a lot of Kingsblood, I guess, if I wanted to go this route. So we could go for that. We need 280 Kingsblood. Let's sell this. 1 point off of working. Am I getting more than 38? Okay, I am. So I am making a slight profit on that, which is good. All right, let's look at the still. So we're having bad luck today, which is this is most likely going to throw us down another. This is going to cause us to lose another day of recording, unfortunately, because now I have enough to do 57, so that's 56, so that's 28. I have 28 turn-ins, which those 28 turn-ins are... I have 20 turn-ins from my current Kingsblood. If I buy this salt, I can do these other hides. These guys. These heavy hides. Okay. Alright, so those are my real options here. What do we do? What do we do? Do I... all this rugged leather too. Do I go farm it? Do I go farm the Kingsblood on my own? I guess we'll do that. I guess that's gonna... Oh. Alright, so they gave me 9 for free. That's good. Cool. So they gave me 9 Kingsblood for free. That's pretty nice of them. That brings us a couple more down. Let's see what we have here. I like what we're doing with all of this various stuff. Let's go open the bag. I mean, I guess I could purchase that other stack in the bank, and that would create one more 20 stack for me. Okay. So this gives me... I need to put that in the bank too, this cured heavy hide. Alright.
Besides the grunts,
So I mean, I guess we could do
brothers
this
and I fought in
also.
the Battle of Hyjal.
Like
Any who seek to
we
steal
could
from the
just
bank must face us first. Nabu.
I guess we could do it this way. I mean, we could always like go turn it in and then come back and make another episode out of it that way too. We could grind. I'll go buy that one last stack in there, I guess. Yeah, I'll buy that too. So I'm down to 56 gold. Don't love it, but that gives me 16 more. Okay, so 16 more, that's 265, so I need 255. 255 is just still so much. And with some leather working, we can get our money down on it some. Just a whack, but one, it's so expensive. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I guess we can go back to that farming. And, I mean, we can go farm our scales. And then we can spend a little time getting whatever we can for free on my druid alt. That's an herbalist. I mean, what else can we really do? I'll stay in here for just a sec as I put that out there. My grandfather took garlic pills to keep his PSA down, and it worked. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're gonna do this. All right. So, I mean, another option is to just check in. I can check in throughout the day. We can always kick off the next episode with that, so we can just keep on looking for what's available out there. We'll turn in some of this stuff. I think we'll turn in as much as we have. We have this if we get within spitting distance, there's Gromgol right there if I can get up in time. Gromgol zip. Gromgol zip. Gromgol zip. Gromgol zip. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Got it just in time. Alright, so where are we at on time here? We're about halfway through an episode. So we'll go get our Incendisaur grind done. That part we can do. We'll turn in what we have. That's a start. That'll help us out some. Essentially, we have every one of these is 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We have 31 turn-ins out of the 95 we need. So we're going to be down to 64 turn-ins after this. Which is about where we started on the Alliance, sadly. There is an option for me to just send stacks along. So that's something we could consider too. Like, if I could find cheaper ones on Alliance, but that's gonna, we'll have to shuffle on the neutral auction house, and I just don't love it. So we will avoid that for now. I might have some. I don't think I probably have any. I might have some. But also, people will restock. It'll pop up. So I can always shuffle my episodes around some too. Just keep checking that auction house. We're gonna need to earn some gold potentially. If like this could bring us down to 0 gold basically if we keep going at the rate that we're going. But now you see... Oh, I forgot we have to do... I think on the spreadsheet, I think I'm going to need 1 iron set. I don't think we did that. Yeah, we did heavy leather. We did not do iron. So I am going to need a 4 pack of iron. So they just didn't even have... They just had 1 4 stack. That was it. But that's true. I should have done that. Turn that one in. But we're already kind of cooked anyway, so we'll check it back out at the end of the episode. We'll go get all the scales that we need, because that part's not going to change. We need a total of 190 scales. Right, am I right? Mm-hmm. And we have 57, so... Well, we'll clear some of this out first. But 57 is where we were starting. So I just want to, when we have whatever's left over, I want to just make sure we calculate that correctly. And then we'll look at our time once we've done all of that. We'll see. I will probably maybe astral recall back one more time, check and see if anybody has anything for us. We'll get at least 1 iron one done. We'll see what kind of iron prices we can get. And then yeah, if we have to and we're still unlucky, that's another option. We could just go straight for a farm tomorrow, a Kingsblood farm. If you look at the Kingsblood farming, are there any... If I wanted to go, not vendor, gathered from this. If we look at this, I wanted to come back over. I'm already in the Eastern Kingdoms, I think, on my other character. Where am I? I'm trying to remember what I... Oh, no, I'm in Kalimdor. So, Desolate has a few sprinkled throughout. It's not great. Stranglethorn is the best, I guess, but it's all sprinkled everywhere. Wetlands looks pretty decent. Hillsbred Foothills, I also like that it's sprinkled everywhere. Ashenvale looks pretty solid. Stone Talon seems pretty solid. Alterac is meh. Wrathy, meh. Now you're starting to get meh. Dusk, well, I mean, Dusk. Swamp of Sorrows is just a good one because you can get a lot of blindweed there too. 1,000 needles, yeah, these are pretty sparse. I guess I'll go with Stranglethorn, just running all over it because it looks like it's all over the zone. But Hillsbrad looks pretty good too. Ooh. All right, so yeah, they suggest Hillsbrad as a good area. Wetlands, meh. Stone Talon, yeah. Stranglethorn is going to get me some other things that I don't particularly need as much. Same thing with the Wrathy. Yeah, so it looks like Hillsbrad is going to be my best bet if I decide to go that route. All right, we're getting there. We're just going to do what we can today, and unfortunately, we just had poor luck. So down to needing 255, and I have had to like cobble together this from other things. Like on one of my characters, on our Alliance character that we just did, we just bought a bunch of Kingsblood. And then she had some iron that we had been pre-saving up for this, and it was fine. On my other characters, I believe I had to cobble it together a little bit more. But I never had to farm for either one. I was able to purchase and cobble everything together. This is the first time where I'm not even close, and I'm like, I guess maybe I'm gonna have to farm for this. That's disappointing. But it is what it is. You know, there's there's nothing we can really do other than continue to shop and purchase. figure it out. We'll start getting aggressive. We'll put a little bit in looking for a group if we have to. But like I said, we have a little bit of work that we can do that can take up some time for us. Because we still need all the dinos. Get all of this taken care of. So we needed a total of 190. We already have 57. Yeah, so really, it's bad. It's just that difference of not having the 10% boost and being Horde. That combo of those two things has really done a number. And I must have just had a bunch of Kingsblood or something. But this just was not as hard on my other character. Alright, so we're going to go turn in this one quest, which is the Kingsblood version. I do not have the iron. Okay.
Talk to me.
We're going to go to... We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We need 31 coal. That's another part. We're going to lose 5 gold this way. Ooh, we might not have enough.
Be good.
Alright, so we don't have the iron. So this is just the Kingsblood.
Let's not waste more of my precious time with jibber jabber Torrid. It's time to focus on replenishing our dwindling fiery flux supply. What I'm going to need from you is the following: Incendisor scales, Kingsblood, coal. I'll take all that you can offer, and you'll do it fast if you want to get in good with the Brotherhood.
There's always room for more fiery flux.
Okay, and now we're going to just go ahead and turn this in. You can just see how low we are on the...
Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop. There's always room for
okay, so that's
fiery
1.
Flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop. There's always room for more fiery flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop.
Okay, 2 stacks down.
There's always room for more fiery flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop.
Watch your back. Be good. Off with you. Be good.
There's, again, I talked about this last time. There's a macro you can use if you really want.
Unless I tell you to stop.
Watch your back.
There's always room for more.
It's just not like we just need so much.
Unless I tell you to stop.
Such a pain in the butt.
Be good.
There's always room for more.
Be nice if there was a better way to do this reputation, but
Watch your back.
there's always room
really
for
kind of
more fiery
cooked.
Flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop.
Be good.
There's always room for more fiery flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop.
Watch your back.
alright, so we
There's always room for more.
used
fiery
all of our
flux, Junior. Keep
scales.
it coming, unless I tell you to stop.
Okay, so scales are... We're now down to 1. So we did 56 scales and we needed 190. So we need 134. We need 134 more scales, and we have 1. So now we're going to go down and farm these scales. Hope I do not want to get myself killed. We'll go down and farm scales now and sell whatever we have. We are not even halfway to our reputation, and that's with the quests already factored in. We're down to needing... We have a total of 1,000. We needed 16... I think, about. We need 1,675 reps still. Okay, I'm pretty sure we can dip down here. That looks like he's chasing after me. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and take a peeky poo. Oops. This guy wants to fight this girl. Yep, there's our place. Alright, now the actual killing of these, we already had to do this once for a quest, so we're already familiar with how to kill the dinos. They're really not that bad. We can get some kind of buff, it'll be fine. I don't know why they did that. There you go, 4 silver, I'll take that. Now we can maybe get some leather also. So I guess for the any heavy leather we might get from them, that's potentially worth it. I mean, we are just going to basically use heavy leather at this point. Oh, but that's thick hide, so I think these are mostly going to give us thick leather. Alright, so remember we need... We are going to need 134 scales. So we have a bit to kill. We're at 3. I'm looking to see if there's anything worthwhile. Okay, we're up to 7, and we got our first gizzard. I don't remember which one sells for more. I kind of think the gizzards sell for the best. It's mithril, but we can't do anything with that. I don't really know what I want. I guess I'll just heal myself maybe whenever that's available. But, okay, so this is our life now. This gives us something to do. This is XP. This is, you know, rep. Yeah, rugged leather. So not only is it not heavy, it's rugged or thick. Like, we have... There's no chance we're getting heavy out of these guys. Yep, so all we're going to do is do this, go back and turn in the last little bit we have, and then go back and see what's for sale. We'll beg a little bit in the chat, and that is what it is. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead with some totems here and see what we can get going. Fortunately, shed lizard skin does not provide us with leather working. Okay, we're up to 18 out of 134. $20. I mean, so you can see it's really not that bad of a grind. You're gonna get, I think, anywhere from 1 to 4 scales. When you do this, so that gives it an expected value of like 2.5 scales. That's good. 24. So if you divide 2.4, you do 134 by 2.4. Ignore that bad boy. That's approximately 56 dudes. Yikes, it's gonna be pretty close. I'm gonna eat one of these spider sausages just to get my my stamina going. I mean my spirit up. Yeah, so I have 3 turn-ins here. I guess screw it. I am gonna just turn in the other heavy leather. So that will be 3 more. So that's a total of 6 more turn-ins I can do. So by doing the 3 leather, you know, that'll help me some. Yeah, that'll take 3 off. That's 12 less Kingsblood I'll need, and I'm gonna get at least that 1 iron. That's 16. If I can get a full iron stack, that'd be great. I just worry that iron stacks are gonna be too rich for my blood. Okay, where are we at? 31. So still have over 100 that we need. We just don't kill quite as fast as some of my other classes with this one, since she's softly transitioning into a healer. But every now and then she'll have a nice crunchy crit like that. You just don't, you also do not get a lot of, you don't get a lot of... I'm gonna fight 2, dang it. I wonder if they can even damage them with that. Yeah, a little bit. You don't get a lot of just loot with these guys, so these guys are really not very good on the whole making money front. Okay, we're finally needing less than 100. There you go, that was a 4. Okay, we're up to 39. Cool. Grinding away. Grinding away in Margaritaville. And here's just a regular single solo. They're probably not gonna do anything there. I mean, we were gonna have to do this part either way. They will find the cure to baldness before Grand Theft Auto 6 drops. Okay. Another 4, I love it, up to 43. More thick leather. Thank you for the thick leather, my friend. I mean, what are we doing here? Starting a new stack of thick leather. Honestly, the thick leather is what I need, but it's the rugged leather that is. Drops more often from these dudes. Yeah, and I just don't know, like, what's the... When you need 10, I feel like the farm for that is so much worse than the farm... When you need 10 leather per, that's just such a worse farm. Because, look, we're getting 1 thick leather from these guys, like, that's... So you're telling me you're sometimes going to just get 1 thick leather. Oh, we gotta check that box. Bike? This bike guy, he's on one this morning. Alright. I am very excited. I'm happy to go. I've been planning quite a fun little excursion. That's definitely on the back of my mind here. What do we got? Oh, we need this. Yeah, there's some things I was looking up. So if we right now, I mean, we are barely like we're ready to start for Alice tomorrow. If we somehow were to finish this today, if not the next day, and I just finished it, so we're like, and Maraudon. I imagine I can finish Maraudon this week off camera, so that will allow me to have some of that stuff too. But like what comes after that? Yeah, then I'll start Fellwood. But so I think I could probably start Fellwood on my own over the next week. So yeah, it's gonna be close. I just gotta get more going. I don't know what it is, honestly. I did some work. I just don't know where the time goes. Like, I gotta really recalibrate. Once I get back from my trip, I'm gonna recalibrate and try to re-elevate the amount of time I spend on these things. Only at 54, I feel like I really slowed down. I don't know. Like we were spiking and going pretty fast, and then all of a sudden, you know, mana's down. Yeah, that's 4. That's good. Levi said we need 134. Yeah, so 65, 67 is about halfway, so we're not even halfway yet. Oh, we're close to halfway. Boom, boom. Cool, another 4. That's good. Now we're really close to halfway. And I need something to do with this rugged leather. I just can't do anything with it yet. But we're very close. I think at 55, which is where we're almost at, I think we'll be able to do it. And when we go to Feralis, we'll be able to check that out. I'll also be able to do another dragon leather working thing at 255. Okay, we're at 64. 67 is our halfway point. Hello, mate. A nice crit. Critopolis. You'd think, since most of us never leave the house, when we do, a silver dragon appears over our heads because it's so rare. Aha ha ha ha. There is... I go through phases. You know, definitely due to work, and I am out all the time. But when I get a chance, like, let's say I had like a week off work or something like that and I didn't have anything planned, there's a very real possibility I do not leave the house for that entire week. Unless it's to go to the grocery store. That is a real thing. So, I can see that side of it. Alright, we are now at 70. We're getting there. Starts to feel close. They are called birds, fool. Go outside. You're always thinking, Bike. Thanks, Bike. Oh, we have Bike, and my Bike left me. I think sometimes he gets on and does a little multi-boxing. I work outside. I don't work outside. Although sometimes I do. Like, I have an event at work next week where I'll be spending like it's like a work sporting tournament, and I'm gonna be reffing it, and it's like a 3-day. They're gonna do it during like lunch hour over 3 days, so I'll be doing an hour outside reffing a bunch of fools play kickball or something like that. Although one of the days I won't be able to, so I don't know. We have a meeting to coordinate it at the end of the day. The lady that's like all into that kind of stuff at work, she had asked me if I would. And I said fine. I do have a problem where I say I will do things, and then I sometimes overbook myself. Kind of happens on this show a lot too, where I'm like, I'm going to record this, and then it just doesn't happen because... Totally going to add a silver dragon over a profile pic and join a dating site and post, baby, just because I'm rare, please don't stare. Okay. Alright, we're now up to 81 in Sendosaur scales. Slowly but surely we are grinding our way there. It's really not a bad farm, this isn't. And it's, you know, giving us rep as we go. I mean, not rep, XP as we go. Can't really complain. And I love that. When they cast that fire, we don't get hit for a while, and 3 more skills. We just now finally have a set. Like, I've done this and had so many stacks of stuff, so I guess this probably really isn't too bad. I feel like even when we came and killed 20 of these guys, it was more... We had multi-stacks of stuff. We really cleared out the inventory, too. That's good. Take me down to the Undercity, where the orcs are green and the trolls are pretty. Okay, I mean, that's actually kind of clever. Alright, 88. My wife hates that song. It's just a fun song when you can do a little Axl Rose voice, you know? Pretty iconic. Alright. Another 4, love it, 92. And every time I think the mana is getting a little low. Can't read that one. I know my little in block thing blocks the text frame, but it's actually probably better because sometimes you just have people being profane. Now I don't know, I can't remember if the Incendosaur stacks to 200 or just 100. Probably just 100, so we will need a second one for that. Nice, up to 96. So we have grinded out 95 scales since we've been here. I mean, we can do the math and see the prices for the heavy leather. I guess we can... It's just so lame. Alright, 3 more. We're at 99 scales. 99! We're gonna find out real quick how these things stack. I can't be in junior high because I was in your mom's Undercity before she had you. That's gross. Yeah, so the stack is 100. It's official. Bike in middle school. Yeah. Aha. Alright, so we are now starting our second stack, and remember, we need to get to 134. I think these actually sell for a moderate amount of silver if you sell the Incendosaur scales. Probably not the worst. If it wasn't for the fact that they drop nothing else worthwhile, this wouldn't be that bad for like gold farming. That might be part of why they don't drop very much of anything else, because they drop the scales at such a high rate. Every week, new nerds try and can't comply. They just drop mom jokes. No wit, no charm. Then again, when you a basic, you got nothing. There we go. We got 4 more. Up to 108. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. That is cool, dude. Alright, I think after this, I'm gonna just hearth back rather than going and turning in the other, whatever, 2 or 3 that I have. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't do it. Okay. That was close. Let's drop totems now because I just drew a second one. But right after killing the first one. Well, I don't. Dang it. Okay, did a little stun on that one. A little war stomp action. That was not, of course I didn't get the stone totem, but whatever. That was not ideal. It's not how I wanted that to go. Okay, we got 4 scales. We're at 115 out of 134. Okay. So, where are we going to go? I guess we'll go to this guy. 115. That was close. And when you fight 2 like that, it's a little more mana intensive. We're about to... Spirit buff again. Come on. Must have had a little bad luck somewhere. Alright, we got 4 scales. We're up to 119. So close to finishing and not needing to use, like, any resource. Oh, my spider sausage wore off. Everything tastes like gold in the Southern Gold Road. Now, I did have one character, maybe, I think it was my mage, that it costs... I was so broke patching together everything I needed for this that I had to go grind gold to buy the coal to turn this stuff in. That's how low it was. 2 more scales. We're up to 121. Need 13 more. At least that's a minimum of 4 guys. This is partly also my spirit being down. This is partly why we're experiencing these issues. Alright, 3 more. 124. We need 10 more scales. 10 more. So at least 3 turtles. I mean, incentive scores. 3 to 5. Expected value would be 4. But of course, with such a small sample size, RNG will be king. Alright. And then, yeah, it's going to be back to the old drawing board to see what we can do. I mean, I'm on the fence. We could go turn in the couple that we have, at least. That'll clear some spots out. Figure out where we're at exactly. Because I could clear 3 and then 3 more, so I can get 6 more turn-ins done. We're at 127, by the way. We need 4 to go. Come on. Come on. Chop that broccoli. Okay, we got another 3. We're at exactly 130. We need 4 more scales. 1 to 2 more incendisaurs. Can we do it? Probably so. Let's see what we get. Will we get 4? Will we get 2? Will we get 3? Got 2. So that's okay. We just need 1 more now. And we are down also to our bare scraps of mana. We will maybe have enough to refresh the lightning shield once if needed. Yep. Then it's going to be all the mana needed to port back out. Or we can walk back out. Yeah, I guess let's do that. We will walk on out of here. Okay, so we have 135. We have 1 extra scale. We've done all the grinding needed for the Incendisaur scales. 64 remaining turn-ins. 65, right? Yeah, 13. Oh, I did 1385 somehow. But it should be, I mean, 1785. 1785, but it's actually 1775. It should be 1775 is my remaining. So we'll do some other, we'll do the math. Oh, man. You stinking slave worker. I mean, I don't understand why you're fighting me there. You have no... Oh, you resisted. Good, we killed him with a nice crit. Okay. Got a mage weave cloth. I can work with that. Can't do it. Alright, we gotta get out of here. Alright, now we're gonna go turn in the little bits that we have. The little bits. And we'll do a recount. We'll do a begging sitch. Glaken. They're like a weird version of Gleekon. What are you doing, Glaken? Glaken, the human paladin. Glaken. Shaman Paladin battle. Ah, I cut the shortcut. I'm racing you and I'm better. Why are they catching up? Do they have carrot on a stick, or is it because of their paladin buff? Passive. Aha. They must have either carrot on a stick on right now, or that paladin buff works on mounts as well, that passive. Get him. It's the end of my lightning. I'm gonna keep the high ground. We're gonna see who can win this race. Look at that shortcut, baby. I did it. I did it. Even with your little passive buff. Another one. TT Lisai. Okay.
You got my attention.
Alright, so let's turn in the rest of the Kingsblood.
There's always room for more fiery Flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop.
Okay, so we need, like, maybe 5 more. Sell these, by the way. Oh, also, let's make this one heavy mage we bandage. Okay. And we need, what did I say? We need 4 more coal.
Off with you. Interest you on a pint?
Alright, let's do a Kingsblood.
There's always room for more fiery
Okay, we're
Flux,
out of
Junior.
Kingsblood now,
Keep it
but we
coming,
have some heavy
unless I
leather.
tell you to stop. There's always room for more fiery Flux, Junior. Keep it coming, unless I tell you to stop. There's always room for more fiery Flux, Junior.
And we did not
Keep
get...
it coming, unless I tell you to stop.
Yeah. Alright, so... down to 23 of those. So we need 1525 divided by 25. 61 turn-ins is what we're down to needing. 61. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and Hearthstone ourselves back to Orgrimmar. Because why the stink not? And let's see what we have available in the auction house. First of all, we need some iron bars. I'll buy those 4 if that's all that's there. Iron bar. There's a 5 stack for a gold. That's lame. I guess I'll buy it. And that's just the one I'm gonna buy. Okay. 2 more 20 stacks are for sale. Heck yeah. Okay, so that allows me... I got the 1 turn in for the iron. And then that's 10 more turn-ins, so I'm down to needing 50. 50 different... And those were cheaper, too. Half price what I just paid for the last. Deleted that. So, there we go. Alright, so we have... If I do 5, 10... Yeah, so I need a total of 50 turn-ins. So 50 times 4 is 200. All right, so let's see what anybody can say to me about that. If not, we're just gonna log and just keep checking, on this, and that's all we can really do. And we'll just log for today, and we'll come back in and wrap this up tomorrow as part of a smaller thing, or we'll do it. We'll do it on the outside. So I'll give people a couple minutes just in case they want to pop on. Where are we at with? Yeah, my durability is good. Everything else is good. Let's check our spreadsheet. Did I do the spreadsheet correctly? No, I forgot to do the other part. So we did do Kingsblood. So that is true. We got that one taken care of. Picked up. We'll actually need 2 more because we did not do the one for iron, which we can do now. And yeah, that's really it. And I'm not part of a guild on this character. I don't think I have ever been part of a guild on this guy. I don't think so. Alright, so that's all we can really do. I mean, we're in better shape. I'll just keep popping on and checking throughout the day, and then whatever. Whenever our next episode is... Look, someone just threw 17 Kingsblood on there. Sure. I'll take it. Someone just ran and put that bad boy on the auction house. So, that helps us. It's another 2 gold down. So we need 183. Actually, I have one right there. So 182 Kingsblood. People just heard that. And, came on to it. But that's almost a whole set. So, not too bad. When they know someone's out there desperate for Kingsblood, I put it on there. Yeah, nothing to do right there. So, not too shabby. Oh, cool. We're going to get a buff right now. And I guess I'll take that buff as an opportunity to log here in just a second. But... So, yeah, I needed a total of 200, and I'm at 58. So that's not too bad. Not too bad that we came out and managed to get a quarter of what we need, and I'll just keep going on and checking the auction house, and if we can get it for 2 gold to stack, that is roughly 150, so not 10 stacks. It's, yeah, in total we needed 10 stacks, but that's gonna be, we've already have basically 3, so we need about 7 more stacks. So that's not that bad. That's about 14 gold. Even if we have to get it for half price, I mean double that price, because we got a big chunk of them for half price. I'm gonna wait just in case the rend is about to drop too. I like to drop them back to back. And, you know, sometimes you ask and people just come be like, yeah, I'll post that real quick. And that's what that other person obviously did. I mean, who knows, or not. But instant purchase of that. I don't see this. All right, I think that's going to be it for us today. Okay, everybody, so we'll wrap this up. I'll keep popping on periodically throughout the day to see if I can get my stacks up, and we'll do a little side whenever I do one of my episodes. I think I have my next one as an in-game lore, and we can, if we take a peek at that, well, I'll plan it out on my own time. So if I get the whatever we do, I think it's an in-game lore, I'll just do one of those and I'll throw this on, or we'll start the next zone, but we'll go ahead and kick it off with her just turning this one in. You know, we'll wrap something up like that. But that's it. So I appreciate we essentially have that zone done. It's not fully there, but we definitely have another episode in the pipe 5x5.